I made bus up shut today and I'm going to show you how to make them. But first, I want to show you how flaky and nice they are. Okay? Look. Look at the layers. Let them rest for a bit. Come with me. I will show you how to make these. So to make the bus up shut today, we're going to add 4 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. This is actually how I usually cook with music in the background. It's very light. I don't know if you can hear it very well, but this is how I usually do it. I just didn't really want to distract people. So I'm going to grab 2 cups here, level it off. 2 cups into there. I'm in my element when I'm listening to music and cooking at the same time. I don't know. Just like a great vibe. So there's 4 cups of all-purpose flour. So I'm going to put in 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. This does not have yeast in it. Here's a half. The song is very fitting. I'm always looking for my people, and I think I found them. Well, not that I think. I know I have already. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. I would just add like a 1/4 cup of like cream, maybe. And then I'm going to fill it to make it 2 cups of like water and milk combined. I guess you could use any type of milk. I just like to have it like a thicker milk. And then I'm going to add it water up to about 2 cups so that it's going to be like a mixture. And I'll make it warm. I find my hands are easier to mix up so that you can feel like the little pieces of sugar and all that kind of stuff. I'm sorry. This is going to be quite long, I think. Okay, sorry. I get carried away. Okay. Because I can't sit still. Run with it. Run with it. Pick up something, start to run with it. Okay, sorry. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to be adding this. And you see like my hand is kind of like going through there like this? I'm just mixing it all up together nicely. This is warm, by the way. I put little bits at a time, and I just keep mixing it up. What are you doing here? I love Jab Jab, honestly. It's got such a vibe. When I go to Caravana, I always go to a Juve and make sure it's a Jab Jab. Pick up something, start to run with it. Run. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have music in the background because I just like can't. I can't help it. Anyway. Yeah. You let me know if you prefer the music behind me or if you just rather have silence and me talking. I don't know. We'll see. We will see in the comments what you like better. Some more liquid content. A little bit. I'll keep going. You don't want the dough to be too stiff. I think I should be adding more. Okay, I think that's enough, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to be using the full 2. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do, because you should be really mixing this for like 5 full minutes. And to be honest, I have a lot of cooking to do today. So I don't think I'm going to have enough energy by the end of the day. Okay, I'm going to add this to my mixer so that it can do all the work for me. Okay, so I've got my mixer. I'm Going to add that there. Add the hook. Put it in. Let's start. Yeah. So it's going to do all the work for me. I'm going to let this go for about 5 minutes. That's a nice consistency. Take that all off. I'm going to take this, put it in the sink. Then I'm going to grab this. See, it's very like soft, which is great. And I'm just going to move this out of the way. Grab my bowl, put this back in here. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of oil on here. That's good. Try that. And I'm going to like rub it into everything. Make sure that it's all in there. So I'd say maybe like a teaspoon or two. And see how it's like this? So we're going to just push that in there and squish that around. And see, it's nice and soft. And we're just going to push that in like that. Smush it in. You can do like this if you want. We just want to make sure it all goes in there nicely. I just kind of knead it like this for about a minute or so. Make sure that it's nicely incorporated into the, see, it's not as like oily anymore because it's in the actual dough. There. Long live soca. Yep. Long live soca. Sorry for the terrible singing. Okay. We're going to leave that. I'm going to grab a wet Bounty paper towel. You just wet it and you squeeze some of the water out. I have this piece here. And we're just going to put it on top here like this so that it doesn't dry out. There. And then I have a cloth that I'm going to put on top. Just like this. Clean cloth. And then I'm personally going to just add it to my warmer. You don't have to. You can just let it sit there for like 5 minutes or so. Always in your monkey one. Don't leave me behind. Watch this. I hope that's not true. Okay, so while my dough is rising, I'm going to make the paste to go on top of the dough balls when I try to get the layers. So I'm going to be using shortening or Crisco, if you want to call it, and I'm going to also be using ghee. I have some, and I just want to use that because I feel like it's like a nice buttery flavor, but you can just use regular butter if you want to. So I will use equal parts shortening Crisco to butter. So I guess this is what, like 2 tablespoons? And then I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of ghee. Maybe like this much. It's not like super technical, but you know, you want to try to get even amount of distribution for that. Then we're going to mix it up to make it a smoother paste. I've used plenty of times just butter if you don't even have the shortening. Butter is fine, ghee is fine just by itself. I just want to get as many delicious flaky layers as you can. It's kind of like a paste, but we're going to mix that up together like this. And we just want to make sure that like the consistency is a lot smoother. And you'll see why. See, so that's kind of nice. Okay, so that is telling me that my dough has risen for 10 minutes. I know I had said about 5 minutes, but I actually let it rise for 10. I'm going to grab that, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do with this. Okay, so the 10 minutes has been up. Okay, I just want to show you. See, it's very very nice. This is what you're looking for. Okay, so I'm going to try to make like probably 6 out of this. So just make like little dough balls. Like this is how I kind of take it like this. And then I like to just squish them like this. And then we're going to let that sit and rest. I'll show you. Kind of grab like whatever size you want. You don't want to make it bigger than your tawa. I have a 15-inch. So this is what I do. There, turn it like this. See? Really nice. It feels very nice on your hands. You'll be able to tell. This, of course, takes a lot of practice, and that's okay. But it's super simple. If you follow what I'm doing, your bust-up shot should turn out really great. Well, I guess I'm making 7. Buddy, what's up? Patrice again. She's always saying that, right? He's selling what? Okay, anyway, so here's 7 of them. You can't see them all. I'm going to add. This is very distracting to me. Anyway, I'm going to add the wet paper towel. Then I'm going to add this again. So I'm going to let these sit for probably another 5-10 minutes. This is a process, guys, but stick with it. I promise you it's going to taste good. Ta-da! Oh, you can't even see. Sorry. There, do that again for the effect, right? Okay, ready? Ready like this. Ta-da! You can see 3. Okay, well, anyway, we're not doing this again. So, you see how nice and soft these are. Exactly how we want them. Okay, this is a classic. Okay, so we're gonna grab this dough ball and kind of spread it around and start pressing it. Okay. I've been listening to soca since what, 93 maybe? 92? Yeah, probably around that time. That is a long time. I've listened to soca. Yeah. All right. That should be good. And just spread it evenly. I'm going to grab my hands again because that's just easier for me. Of course, they're nice and clean. There. Some flour. Thin layer, like just sprinkle some flour on top. Grab it like this, kind of put it in the middle like this. And then just do that. I don't know if you can see it properly. Twist it like a little cone. You want to hold it like this. Grab it. Grab the ends. Stuff it in like a little cone. Hold it like this so it holds in there. Flip it. Grab this little pointy part. Shove it in there. There. And then you have it. Okay, so my dough balls are now ready. I have 6 of them here. I got rid of one of the balls because I figured like 6 is going to be good enough. I'm going to let it sit for about 2 hours. Minimum 1 hour. So if you don't have 2 hours to let it sit, at least 1 hour. I'm going to let this sit for 2 because I have time today. And then to release the layers, I don't have 2 dablas. I only have 1. So I'm going to improvise and I'm going to clap it to release the layers. So you're going to have to wait to see how that turns out. Me clapping it instead of beating it. Everything is ready and done. It's so soft, guys. This is exactly what we want. It's been 2 hours since it's been sitting. So I'm going to add a little bit of flour here. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I have to put my tawa on to warm up. Okay, hold on. Said, take it easy. I will do all the work. You don't have to. Why don't you stop? You don't have to. Okay, enough of my foolery. Okay, here we go. We're going to roll this out as thin as you can. Very like paper thin. But again, it doesn't have to be exactly a perfect circle because we're busting it up anyway. Right? We just want to make sure that it's very thin. So I'm going to grab a little bit of oil and just put it here because we're going to be putting the first roti on. So here it is. Put that on here. Yeah, Cosano. You're bad. You're cute. You're blessing. Turn on. See? Blessing. If you guys saw that video with me and my son, this is the song. Okay. So we're going to let this cook a little bit. We have to make sure that the sides cook too. So I'm going to let it sit there for a bit. Here's my dabla. I only have the one. So like I said, I'm going to clap it. Okay, I'm going to try. I don't want it to be too dark. I do like little spots on it, but I don't want it to be too dark. So let me just bring that over. Look how like fluffy it's getting. You see that? You're bad. You're cute. You're blessing. Sorry for the singing, guys, but I just can't help it. Okay. Oh, this is, look how nice that is. Oh, it's going to be so flaky and fluffy. There we go. I'm just making sure that all of the edges are cooked because you don't want like half of your roti to be cooked and half of it not to be cooked. You know what I mean? Just flip it over again. Okay. Look at that. Oh, it's going to be so amazing. Another way to make sure that the sides are cooked properly is that you can fold it in half and kind of put it like in the middle if you want to do like that. Because sometimes like in the middle of your tawa, it cooks a little bit better. So you just want to make sure this is cooked properly. The edges around the tawa sometimes don't get as hot, right? Yeah, I like my roti just a little bit like with the little brown spots on it. Okay, guys. See, it's nice and soft. I'm going to add it in here. I'm going to clap it. Separate all of the layers. Oh, it's messy, but I'm clapping it anyway. Look at this, guys. Can I just show you? Look at the flakes. It is soft and beautiful. I'm going to put that to the side. Put this on top of it. And on to the next. Make sure I close that properly. Okay. The layers, how they're layering.